So let's get to. I know you follow the news. I know you. This is what part of your job description is following what happens in sports. So I don't know if you follow the WNBA, but I noticed something recently that came out about the owner. So basically, Tsai is the co-founder of Alibaba. Am I saying that right? Yes.
Yep.
And so he's the owner of the Brooklyn Nets and the owner of the New York Liberty. I don't know if you read the latest article about.
Yeah, I read it.
Yeah, just how they were fined for chartering flights for the WNBA team on the second part of the year. So this is, maybe it was new to me, but I found that very just disturbing. I know we're in Women's History Month right now. So this whole notion that there's a competitive advantage of taking care of your athletes who are doing all the labor, who you're profiting off of, a chartered flight, that seems excessive. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, article? I mean, I think that it probably is a competitive advantage, and that's the reason why you should do it. Like you're trying to get it, like, yeah, and it is disturbing for a number of reasons. But the idea that they want to, like, as much as I hate a salary cap or hate any of those things that suppress wages or encourage teams to mistreat their players, like it's not written into CBAs. The idea that they are writing in, like, you can't give them too much, don't treat them too good, is outrageous to me, especially when you're considering this some sort of investment. Like, okay, the WNBA is not a cash cow at this moment, but no startup is. And WNBA is still in like the growing phase.
Right.
And it's important to invest in that. Yes. If you want people to watch it, if you want people to appreciate it, not only do you need to market it, not only do you need to get the best talent, but you treat that talent well. And yes. The idea that right now, while they're trying to grow, that they also want to suppress costs, to me seems counterintuitive, because what you do when you're trying to grow a startup or grow any business is you don't suppress costs, you invest in it. And this to me feels like an opportunity to invest in the players and make the product better, to ensure that the women aren't incentivized, the best players aren't incentivized to go play in Europe, that they play in the W. Like, all that makes sense to me. It seems illogical to try to undercut any of that.
Yeah, and especially it's off of the heels of this big $75 million, effort to push the game globally.
Right.
When I read that article, it was like, okay, so what's being invested to the players? To me, it's just a lot. There's a lot that's going on within the WNBA that's just mind-blowing to me, that a professional team, these professional elite athletes that are women, are sitting middle seats in Southwest flights. That sounds ridiculous to me. And especially when you have an owner like Tsai, who basically was at the center of the social justice kind of movement. And, he started a social justice fund, and he's been outspoken about some of the things that he's done. And so it just seems like here's a guy who understands business, who wants to push the envelope, and everything that you said, it just seems counterintuitive. You're right.
Seems like they should be on the other end, is like penalizing teams who don't treat their athletes well enough. Like, penalizing teams for being too good to the labor, to me, feels repressive and stupid.
Yeah, I agree.